Welcome back. All right, so 5 games to talk about from tonight, and if we were looking on clarity for the playoff picture, hey, not so much. Not so much tonight. Some things that could have been settled weren't, and so we'll go ahead. We'll start things off. We will begin with the Montreal Canadiens at the Ottawa Senators. So Montembeault versus Ullmark, 28 seconds in. It is Shane Pinto burying one from the doorstep, Greg and Amadio with the assists, as all of the early games kept me on my toes in the first minute. The Senators press for another. Sanderson has a screenshot that saved. And then at 4:18, Dylan Cousins deposits a rebound and close. Matt and Paolo and Clevin with the assist there. So it's 2-0 for Ottawa very early in this game. Shots are 7-2 for the Senators at 5.5 minutes. Things get punchy at the benches at 5:51, and the Sens come out with a power play there. That was killed off. It had 3 shots. The Habs clear when it's done. Things get pushed in a hole by Ullmark. The Sens press with 7 minutes left. Sanderson has a screenshot that's held. Pizzetta fires one high from in close. Jensen defends an Anderson rush chance. The Habs press in the final minute, but it's 2-0 Ottawa after 1. Second period, there's an early press by Ottawa, and a minute and 5 seconds in, it is Greg scoring from Amadio and Sanderson. So 3-0 lead, but the Habs would look to respond, and they do. At 2:26, Dvorak buries one on a fast break. The assist to Armia and Struble. Shabbat's denied then via a 2-on-1 rush. The shots are 4-3 Ottawa at 7 minutes. Sens press at 7.5 minutes. We get a power play for Montreal. That's killed off. And then at 14:14, a puck deflects in. Batherson credited with the goal. Shabbat and Jensen with the assists. So now it's a 4-1 lead. However, at 15:32, Nick Suzuki answers on a goal from Slavkovsky. It's 4-2. Pizzetta then had a fight with Hayden Hodgson. Haven't seen Hayden Hodgson in the NHL in a bit. The Sens press with 4 minutes left with 2:21 left. Ottawa goes to the power play. That's killed off. It's 4-2 in favor of Ottawa after 2. Third period, the Sens draw a power play. That's killed off. Shots are 3-1 Ottawa at 4.5 minutes. Sens press at 5.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. There's a press by Ottawa at 8 minutes. Montreal presses halfway through the period. Lane Hudson fires one high on a net drive. There's more pressure by Montreal with 7.5 minutes left. Shots are 7-4 for Ottawa with 5.5 minutes left. Eventually, Montreal pulls the goalie, and Pinto hits the empty net from Zub at 17:44. So that's the second goal of the game. Ottawa wins this one 5-2. They go to 43-30-6 with the win. With the loss, Montreal 39-31-9. Shots on net, 14-5 Ottawa in the first, 13-10 Montreal in the second, 9-4 Ottawa in the third. Final shots, 33-22 for Ottawa. Power plays, Montreal 0-2, Ottawa 0-3. The hits, 20-17 Montreal. Montembeault, 28 saves on 32 shots. Ullmark saved 20 out of 22. All right, next up, Detroit and Tampa. So it's Lyon versus Vasilevsky, and a minute and 1 second in, on a fast break, Cirelli roofs one. Hagel and Radish with the assists. So very early lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bolts then look for another. Hagel has a one-timer that's held. There's some pushing. Shots are 3-0 for the Lightning at 4 minutes. Things get brawly as the Wings score well after the whistle, but hey, these things happen. Wings emerge with a power play there. That's killed off. The shots are 6 apiece with 7.5 minutes left. DeBrincat can't bury one in close. Vasilevsky holds. The Wings press with 4 minutes left, but it's 1-0 Tampa after 1. Second period, Gonsalves fires one wide from the slot. Shots are 2-1 Tampa at 4 minutes, and at 4:06. Patrick Kane goes bar down from the slot. Casper and Smith with the assists. So Kane makes it a 1-1 tie. The teams then trade turnovers. The Bolts would press with 8 minutes left. McDonough has a screenshot that saved. The Wings press with 6 minutes left. McDonough breaks up a 2-on-1, and then at 16:37, it is Mott getting a loose puck. Vasilevsky just loses track of it, and so Mott puts it in the net. Things then get pushy on a hold by Lyon as Detroit's now up 2-1, but it becomes 2-2 at 17:52 as Gonsalves puts one through Lyon before Lyon was able to freeze that puck. So it's 2-2 after the second period. Third period, good forechecking by the Bolts early. Raymond does a one-timer that's held, and then at 1:37, on a net drive, it's Gonsalves getting his second goal of the game. Hagel and Cirelli with the assists. Tampa has a 3-2 lead. Tampa presses for another. Johansson has a rush chance that's held. Casper has a net drive that's saved. Tampa presses with 8.5 minutes left. And then at 12:59, Casper, he goes bar down on a rush to Brinkett and Kane with the assists. Scores tied at 3. Bjorkstrand misses one high from in close. The Wings press with 2.5 minutes left. There's a crossbar for Sider. And then on his next opportunity, Moritz Seider hits the post. The Bolts press in the final minute, but we're going to overtime tied at 3. In the overtime, Bolts cycle, they retreat. They had that set up. They just couldn't get a shot on the net. DeBrincat then has a shot that's blocked. And then at 3 minutes and 20 seconds, Marco Kasper with his second goal of the game. He goes 5-hole on a net drive. 4-3 overtime win for Detroit. They go to 37, 35, and 7 with the win. They keep their playoff hopes alive. With the overtime loss, Tampa 45, 26, and 8 on the season. Shots on net, 9 apiece in the first, 8-5 Detroit in the second, 10-4 Tampa in the third, and Tampa had the only shots of overtime, both of them, one of them ending up being the game-winning goal. Final shots are 26-21 for Detroit. I put the teams on the wrong side, didn't I? Let me go through that again. So the shots are 9 apiece in the first, 8-5 Tampa in the second, 10-4 Detroit in the third, and they had both shots in the overtime, including the one that matters. Feels like that sounds better. Final shots 26-21 in favor of Detroit. Power plays Detroit 0 for 1. Tampa Bay did not have a power play. The hits 21-18 in favor of the Wings. Lions saves 18 out of 21. Vasilevsky 22 saves on 26 shots. All right, moving along. The Pittsburgh Penguins in New Jersey against the Devils. It's Jarry versus Allen, and 15 seconds in, New Jersey scores. Howla roofs one on a breakaway. Mercer and Pesce with the assist. So look at this, 28 seconds, a minute, 1, and 15 seconds. It looked like these games were going to be really high scoring early. Shots are 3-0 Devils at 3.5 minutes. We get a power play for New Jersey. That's killed off. There's some pressure by the Devils after it's done, and they score at 6:15. Palat tips one in on a shot by Glass from the slot. Casey with the other assist on that. It's 2-0 for New Jersey. Looks like they're cruising. Devils press at 9 minutes. Jersey was in full control of this game so far. There's a press by the Penguins with 6.5 minutes left. We get a power play for Pittsburgh. That's killed off. But shortly after their power play ends, much like the goal by Palat, Malkin gets a goal at 16:10 from Hayes and Carlson. So suddenly it's 2-1 in favor of New Jersey. Penguins then look to tie it. They have some momentum. They get some pressure in the final minute. The horn kind of bails out New Jersey. They're up 2-1 after 1. Second period, there's an early power play for the Penguins, and 5 seconds into it at 1:05, Puustinen scores from Malkin. So it's a 2-2 tie at that point. We get a press by the power play for the Devils. That's killed off. The Penguins then get some pressure after they're finished killing that off. Shots are 2-1 New Jersey at 9.5 minutes, meaning Pittsburgh's only shot on net's gone in the net. Ponomarev is denied on a rush. The Devils press with 7.5 minutes left. Mercer fires one wide from the slot. The Devils get a power play. That's killed out as well. More pressure by New Jersey closes out the period, but it's a 2-2 tie after 2. Third period. Full Penguins power play to start. The Devils do kill that off. Raquel has a one-timer that's held. The Devils press at 4.5 minutes. Luke Hughes has a rush chance that's blocked. Shots are 5 apiece at 6.5 minutes. Sprong has a rush chance that's held. Good forechecking by Pittsburgh. Shea breaks up a Devils 3-on-2. We then get a power play for the Penguins, and they score. It's Crosby on a tip-in close from Rust and Grzelcyk at 13:21. Crosby's going to hit 90 points this year. That's unheard of, really, honestly. At this stage of his career, you wouldn't think that'd be a thing. Goalie pull happens with 2:05 left, and Rust hits the empty net at 18:25 from Crosby and Koivunen. The goalie pull happens again. New Jersey not able to establish a goal or anything, really. Pittsburgh, huge win here, 4-2, in that it hurts New Jersey. They don't get to clinch a playoff spot. 33, 35, and 12 record for Pittsburgh. The New Jersey Devils 41, 31, and 7 on the season. Or no, they have clinched a playoff spot, right? I'm pretty sure they have. They're third. So, shots, they're third in the division. There's no way to move up or move down. Shots on net, 13-9 New Jersey in the first. Both teams had 4 shots in the second. And in the third, 11-10 New Jersey. This game was really fast, though. Very few whistles, especially that second period. This game, the second period, was done way before these ones were done. Final shots, 28-23 for New Jersey. Power plays, Pittsburgh 2 for 4, New Jersey 0 for 3. The hits, 20-19 New Jersey. Jarry saved 26 out of 28. Continues his redemption tour. And Jake Allen, 19 saves on 22 shots at the other end. It's time for board 2. Okay, so San Jose and Edmonton. Romanov versus Pickard in this one. Early press by the Oilers. The Sharks get some pressure 3 minutes in. We get a power play for Edmonton. That's killed off. Shots are 3-1 Oilers at 6 minutes. Edmonton goes back to the power play, and this one takes 6 seconds. They score on it. Bouchard with a one-timer. McDavid and Henrique with the assists at 6:47. The Oilers press for another. Shots are 6-1 for the Oilers with 9.5 minutes left. The Oilers get some pressure with 9 minutes left. Ekholm, his return didn't last through the first period. Clearly, I don't think he was 100% coming back. He seemed to shake himself up a bit there, and so no idea at this point in time how long Ekholm's going to be out. And Hyman would exit this game as well. Gregor has a rush chance, that saved. Oilers press with 5 minutes left, and at 15:40, Emberson. He scores against his former team, a cross-crease pass and buried. McDavid and Bouchard with the assists. 2-0 Edmonton. However, at 17:15, Smith goes short side. Great pass by Kovalenko to set this up, so Will Smith makes it 2-1. With 1 minute and 16 seconds left, the Sharks get a power play. That runs to the end of the period and into the second. The Oilers finish the kill, and then they get a power play. There's a post for McDavid during that power play. It is killed off. 4 shots on that power play for the Oilers and the post. Then at 5:42 on a turnover, Henry Thrun with one that went in off Nurse's skate on a turnover. Eklund with the assist there. It's a 2-2 tie. Shots are 3 apiece at 7.5 minutes. Max Jones has a net feed that's picked off. Sharks rush the other way. Smith fires one wide as the Sharks get some pressure. They're looking for the lead. Liljegren has a net feed that's picked off. The Oilers go back to the power play. San Jose kills that off. 3 shots there. Romanov got his work in tonight. Played well. There's a near miss for Perry after it's done. There's some pressure there as well. Sharks press with 2.5 minutes left. Smith has a slot shot that goes over the net. The Oilers press in the final minute. It's 2-2 after the second. Third period, there's a full Sharks power play to start. That's killed off. The Oilers rush. The shots are only 1 apiece, 3.5 minutes in. The fans call one. The referee does not. We then get a power play for Edmonton, and at 7:32, Corey Perry jams one in at the net. McDavid and Henrique with the assist. So McDavid with 3 points. He's going to get to 100, isn't he? Yep, he's gonna get to 100, and that'll be 8 years that he's got to 100 points in his first 10, and he would have if he'd played a full 80-plus games in the other seasons as well. Shots are 5-1 Oilers at 8.5 minutes. The Oilers press with 9 minutes left. The Sharks get some pressure with 5 minutes left. The Sharks end up pulling the goalie with 2 minutes left, and at 19:33, Connor Brown hits the empty net. Nurse and McDavid with the assists, so it is a 4-2 win for the Oilers. They go to 46-28-5 with the win. They do clinch a playoff spot, whereas San Jose 20-48-11, they were eliminated ages ago. Shots on net, 14-6 Edmonton in the first, 12-9 Edmonton in the second, 9-8 San Jose in the third. Final shots, 34-24 for the Oilers. Power plays, 0-2 for San Jose, 2-5 for Edmonton. The hits, 22-13 for the Oilers. Romanov saved 30 out of 33, and Pickard saved 22 out of 24. All right, last game of the night is Minnesota in Calgary. Gustafsson versus Wolf. And if Minnesota won this tonight, well, they clinch a playoff spot. Klapka's denied and close. The shots are 4-2 for the Flames at 3.5 minutes. The Flames made it obvious very early in this. They weren't just going to roll over. The Wild press at 4.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Rasmus Andersson has a rush chance that's held. Coronado then has a chance that's held as the Flames are getting more pressure. Weegar has a rush chance that's blocked. Shots are 8-3 for Calgary with 9 minutes left. The Wild press with 8.5 minutes left. Flames get some pressure with 5.5 minutes left, and at 16:25 on a turnover, Backlund gets a goal. Coleman creates the turnover, gets it to Backlund, who wires it into the net. It's 1-0. The Wild press to respond, but it stays 1-0 Calgary after 1. Second period, the Flames press at a minute and a half. Spurgeon exited, and it was odd. At first, I was thinking it was probably for repairs. I put a question mark there, but they showed like something happened in front of the net. He said something to the linesman, who then helped him off the ice. Like, basically took him by the arm and led him over to the bench. He said something at the bench. He exited. I don't know. I don't know if it's a concussion, if he was out of it, what it was. He'd been talking to, I think it was Sharon Govich in front of the net too. It was just odd. So I don't know how long Spurgeon's going to be out, but if you're a Wild fan, your response to that's probably going to be, well, of course. It's just been that kind of season for them in terms of injuries. The teams then trade turnovers. Coronado has a rush chance that's saved. Shots are 5-1 Calgary at 4.5 minutes. And at 5:31, Sharon Govich tips one in close on a rush. Pospisil with the assist. So it's a 2-0 lead there. The Flames press. They draw themselves a power play, and they score on it. On a face-off win, Kadri ends up burying it at 7:23 from Frost and Coronado. So it's a 3-0 lead for the Flames. Calgary then goes back to the power play. That's killed off. Zuccarello to Rossi. Near miss there. We get a power play for the Wild. That becomes 18 seconds of 5-on-3. There's some pushy, high sticking on a hold by Wolf. The Flames end up finishing off the kill after that. That's to cheers as well, because, hey, it was a 5-on-3. Flames, then there's a bar and out for Eriksson Ek while the Wild are getting some pressure. And then Frost, a buzzer beater on a breakaway. That's denied by Gustafsson. And so it's 3-0 Calgary after 2. Third period, early press by the Wild. Brodin fires one wide. Flames get pinned down. They absolutely get pinned down. Keep that in mind. It'll come back. Merrill fires one wide. It's insane just how much zone time the Wild had in, I would say, the first 5 minutes of this period. Kadri then has a rush chance that's kicked aside. The Wild resume pressing at 6.5 minutes. They're pushing. And then at 7:20 on a breakaway, completely against the flow of play, Lomberg scores to make it 4-0. That puts Fleury in net. I don't think Gustafsson had a bad game. I think this was just a matter of get Gustafsson to the net, try to get the guys woke up. The shots are 3-1 for Calgary with 7.5 minutes left. You'll notice I put a question mark there too, because I could not figure out how the hell Minnesota only had one shot that hit the net with all of that zone time. Like, were they trying not to hit the net? It's insane to me that only one of those shots was credited as a shot on net. The Flames press with 5.5 minutes left, and then at 15:39, Yakov Trenin buries one on a fast break. So it's another unassisted goal, and this makes it 4-1. So there's no Tony the Tiger magnets tonight. There's no 80s magnets. There's no craziness tonight. Goalie pull happens with 3:18 left, and 6-on-5, Minnesota scores. At 18 minutes and 30 seconds, Nyquist fires one from the slot. Gaudreau with the assist. They would pull the goalie again to no avail. Calgary wins 4-2. They keep their playoff hopes alive. They're 38-27-14. Minnesota 43-30-7 on the season. Exact same record as St. Louis. Shots on net, 14-7 Calgary in the first, 12-6 Calgary in the second, 6-5 Calgary in the third. They outshoot Minnesota 32-18. Ridiculous. Power plays, Minnesota 0-2, Calgary 1-2. The hits, 24-23 for Calgary. Gustafsson saves 25 out of 29. Fleury saves all 3 shots in relief. And Wolf saves 16 out of 18. All right, so let's go ahead and preview tomorrow's action. We have 11 games on Saturday. I'll just put my little notepad down. We have 2 games starting at 9:30 a.m. my time, which is 12:30 p.m. Eastern. The Islanders and Philly. So this is the Islanders 8 points back. They need to win to stay in this. 2-5-3 in their last 10 games. Philadelphia is 4-5-1 in their last 10. They are eliminated from the playoffs, but they're not playing like it. They're playing well. Okay. Sometimes when teams are eliminated from the playoffs, they loosen up, they start playing better. This is the most frustrating thing a team can do, really. But there's also times, too, where a team just plays really well when they're eliminated because they want to cost the other team. 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific start as well between Washington and Columbus. Washington 5-4-1. They've clinched first in the Metro and first in the East. Whereas Columbus 5-5 in their last 10. They're 6 points back of the last playoff spot. Probably very grateful that Montreal lost tonight. 3 Eastern, noon Pacific start between the New York Rangers and Carolina. The New York Rangers 4-5-1 in their last 10, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're 6 points back of a playoff spot. Carolina's 4-5-1 in their last 10 as well, but motivation might be a problem here. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10, and they're second in the Metro, and it's really wreaking havoc with the power rankings because a lot of the top teams right now are not really playing like top teams because they've got I feel like it's because they've got their spot basically locked down, so they're not as concerned and there isn't that desperate hockey. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific start, Colorado in LA against the Kings. Colorado 6-3-1 in their last 10. They're third in the Central. The LA Kings 7-3 in their last 10, and they're now 2 points ahead of Edmonton. So they want this win. This will probably be the last game I'm able to review. I'll do 4 games early. I'll do a review there, and then review the other 7 on their own as well. So starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, the Buffalo Sabres, who are 8-2 in their last 10, coming off of a frustrating loss, though. They're eliminated from the playoffs, of course. Florida 4-5-1 in their last 10. They're 2 points behind Tampa, and this is what I'm talking about. The top teams, not necessarily playing like top teams right now, but the playoffs are a week away. It's more important to make sure that next Saturday you're playing your best hockey than tomorrow, Saturday. Then at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Montreal will have a chance again to clinch themselves a playoff spot. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're now 5 points behind Ottawa. The Toronto Maple Leafs 7-2-1 in their last 10 and 2 points ahead of Tampa atop the division. So this could be an intense battle between Montreal and Toronto. Should be fun. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. The Winnipeg Jets, who are 7-3 in their last 10, and they're 6 points ahead of Dallas. In Chicago against the Blackhawks, who are 3-6-1 in their last 10, and of course they're eliminated from the playoff picture. Then at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, the Utah Hockey Club, who are 5-3-2 in their last 10. They're eliminated from the playoffs officially. I can't wait until next season when we have like a logo for this team and a mascot. Beyond the hockey bear thing they've got there. So Dallas 6-2-2 in their last 10. They're 6 points back of the Winnipeg Jets for top spot. It looks like top spot's probably going to elude them. But either way, you want to make sure you're playing your best hockey going into the playoffs, especially if you're going to play the Colorado Avalanche. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start, the Minnesota Wild in Vancouver. So Minnesota's now 3-5-2 in their last 10. They're tied with St. Louis in terms of the wild card spot, and now only 3 points ahead of Calgary. Vancouver 5-4-1 in their last 10. They are, of course, eliminated from playoff contention, but they're playing good hockey. They went in and they beat Colorado. They also huge comeback against Dallas. We'll see what they do tomorrow against Minnesota. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start. Nashville in Vegas. Nashville 3-7 in their last 10, mathematically out of it. Vegas 7-2-1 in their last 10, and they're 6 points ahead of the LA Kings. So pretty close to clinching that top spot in their division. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start as well. So the last game of the night's at 7 Eastern, meaning no 7:30 or 7 Pacific. I wish it was 7 Eastern. That'd be great. But 7 Pacific, which means no 7:30 starts. The St. Louis Blues 8-2 in their last 10. Once again, tied with Minnesota and 3 points ahead of Calgary. So they want to win their game. Seattle 4-5-1 in their last 10. And depending on the game, they either look really good or kind of really bad, which is also a hallmark of teams that are out of playoff contention. But that is also how teams end up out of playoff contention. That inconsistency and looking really good one night and really mediocre the next, it happens. So there you go. Let me know your picks for tomorrow's games in the comment section below as always. Let me know your thoughts regarding tonight's games as well. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do. Thank you guys again for all your support. I will talk to you soon enough.